Happy morning all. I'm here today to talk some happy moments around heart failure patients. I'm Dr. Murali. I have done my MD Rehab medicine from CMC Vellore and I practice cardiac rehab. Today I'm going to talk about how this cardiac rehab is making a huge change in quality of life among heart failure patients. What we do or what we are trained in a MD Rehab medicine is about a physician supervised, custom tailored graded exercise program where the patient comes and spends ample of time like an hour or 1.5 hours where we monitor the entire vitals and do a calculated dose of exercise intensity. So we will be monitoring his ECG, vitals, everything, and we look for what are the signs. I mean, the safety is the most important part of this program. So every day there is a slight increase in exercise titration and look for the safety of the myocardium and the person's hemodynamic stability and keep on titrating. So that the goal is that the myocardium as well as the skeletal muscles start adapting to these loads in a systematic manner and the muscles in the body start developing more mitochondria and the oxygen extracting capacity of these skeletal muscle improves so that the same path at the same level of pathophysiology to do learned deconditioning, the muscles are able to extract more function, more oxygen and the person's functionality improves in the first month. Whereas as the person engages into the next consequent months, the program usually ends from 3 to 6 months depending on the LV dysfunction. So in the next few months, actual process of LV strengthening, LV myofibril density and mitochondrial density starts increasing and actually we see a lot of physiological adaptations happens in the mitochondria. So these are some of the well-known adaptations happens in a myocardium when a subject is exposed to a cardiovascular exercise. There is a global eccentric thickening of LV as well as dilatation, which actually improves the functionality or the LV function. Whereas in case of a resistance training, you can see there is actually a thickening of myocardium associated with a decrease in the volume. So we focus on eccentric dilatation and enlargement of the myocardium with cardiovascular exercises. That's where the endothelial health, the pumping capacity and the myocardial health improves. So we know that at the end of these adaptations, the endothelial health improves. So these adaptations actually end up in giving a lot of functionality and quality of life in these heart failure patients. You will see that these patients starts doing more activities once they are diagnosed with the heart failure and once they know the grave prognosis and the uncertainty of their future, the mindset and everything changes. And these persons who has an exertion phobia or a physical phobia or any kinds of phobia starts doing optimal exercises, can walk, can jog as long as they are in a comfortable zone. So this adds a lot of quality of life in these patients and along with these myocardial adaptations and the thought process, they start feeling happy about their life. The fear of the uncertain future, the fear of going into worse prognosis all starts killing and the person is more happier and as he spends more time. So the average time of 3 to 6 months, you will see a great change in quality of life among these heart failure patients. And it is well known that cardiac rehab is a class 1, WHO class 1 recommendations where it is known to reduce the number of hospital admissions. Here the patients not only reduces hospital admission, he rather engage into a lot of his recreational sports and other social lives. These are small things which I want to speak. These are some of my heart failure patients where he has a hypertensive heart failure with, and once he joined program for around 6 to 8 months, today he is happier, fitter, stronger, and he can even run half marathon and marathon. And this is a case of a patient who had an idiopathic DCM. Life was different when he was told that this keeps progressing and you need a transplant at the end, and neither he is affordable. Today, he has done a custom tailored program. There was no worsening of his heart failure from there, but he can now run 10 kilometers and runs every Sunday. This is a case where the person has no risk factors, but again, he had an MI, angioplasty done, but he's a very good person with a lot of job responsibilities. But today, after his incident, he's psychologically gone. he thinks that why me? Why do I get it? So that has compromised his work performance, quality of life, and I think by now, this is third year he completed, he done almost like 30 to 40 half marathons. This is another case where MI followed by recurrent MIs, heart failure, kidney failure, creatinine around 6. So he was almost housebound. But today, it's been now 3.5 years. He happily runs, jogs, walks. He's out of the house. Every Sunday, we can see him outside. This is what happens among the quality of life among heart failure patients. The heart failure patient himself puts physical boundaries by themselves. The family members and the society always treats him as a different personality. But actually, when they do cardiac rehab, the quality of life is far better. They fear less about their heart condition. This is a case where young man had an MI, again, no risk factors, not known. Again, being a poor person, he still had lost his certainty about his future life. So that made him further deconditioned, and today he's one of our good runner. This is another case of DCM, a well-known person. Again, family was counseled about the prognosis. They came with a very shattered background or the emotions. Again, he has done 5K and 10 kilometers marathons. I mean, the quality of life is far different from what they have been told or what they have been perceiving due to the society assumptions. And once they achieve this fitness, it is more important for them to maintain and sustain. So we have something called cardiac rehab runners. On every Sunday, we all meet up. Not only runners, their own family members, they all come together and we run in various parks, and that acts as a lot of networking and give confidence to each other, and they indeed improve their performance, start adopting different other sports like cycling, swimming and all other stuff. That gives a lot of reinforcement that heart failure is not an end point. So this is one of our running club, and tomorrow, thanks to HFA and CSI to collaborate with us, and tomorrow I welcome everyone to participate in this run. It's happening just half a kilometer from here, cardiac rehab run. Thank you.